What's up, Alphas? It's your boy, La Alpha Mate, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. Today we talking about sports, NBA play-in games, playoffs. The brackets are secure. I'm here today with the legend himself. I've been wanting him on the show for a long time. We got him on WN99 Sports. It's TA85 Trail. How you feeling today, man?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. All good, man. What's going on with you, big dog?
Man, we just grinding, trying to get this YouTube out. I've been wanting you on here a long time. Y'all don't understand. My man and Josh Cole were the most entertaining people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was live, man. We had some good times, man. You was a part of that entertainment too.
Yeah, man.
For sure. Don't forget your role in it. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. We won a lot of shit, played each other, had a bunch of people talking. We had a stadium full for intramural. That's how hype it was.
Yeah. We sold out the rec center. Sold the rec center out. Yeah, for sure. Played it nice.
and it wasn't even no light sellout. Y'all like, oh, you talking about people? No, it was they lit up. They played. They were supposed to be 2 games. They let us play just us and raise the thing up so people didn't have a whole crowd to look. I'm like, that's
standing room only. Standing room only. Yeah, for sure. That's 100% fact. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an amazing sign, bro. But we got to talk about this sports today. So,
all right, man, I'm here.
We got the playing games. Which one you looking forward to? I think they about secure. We don't know if the Lakers or Portland by the time we filming, who gonna play where. But we can talk about both situations. But what you looking at in the playing game so far?
Yeah, man. I mean, the first thing I see on the board that jump out to me is the low-key matchup out here in Boston and Washington. Ooh. Man, you saw how poor Washington started off the season, last place in the East, and came in the playoff game, in the playing game. And then you have Boston, who really, on paper, not supposed to be there. So it's 2 different sides of the coin for those 2 teams, and I like to see that matchup because I feel like it's a lot on the line as far as the coaching situation with Scott Brooks and with Brad Stevens. So that's my favorite matchup outside of the obvious, outside of the obvious. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that matchup looks insane. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with that matchup. Like you said, the coaches got to come out. Scott Brooks. They tell you need 2 superstars to make noise. You got 2, but you still might not make the playoffs. The way the NBA said, it's not a playoff game, it's a play-in game. So you might not make the official playoff. What did you do, and why your team take so long to get situated?
Exactly.
And with Boston, like you said, people looked at this team like a contender for the East, and they a 7 seed. That's before Jaylen Brown got hurt. So they ain't even an excuse. They was a 7 seed before he got hurt.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it just, it's a sad. It's not really sad. It's more so like confusing as to how Boston has all this talent and how Brad Stevens is a top caliber coach, but they just don't find ways to win games. There's some pieces they're missing. I don't know. I really can't see the pieces. What do you think about that? How you feel about the Celtics as far as their roster?
Bro, Jaylen Brown had his best season. Every statistic category. And y'all losing. He like ascending. Jason Tatum, he ain't ascended to where he was before the bubble last year. Because if you remember before the bubble, that boy. Ooh.
Amazing.
But he was ascending from where he was in the bubble, and y'all couldn't put it together because it seemed like Kemba threw him off. It seemed like without Gordon Hayward, even though people looked at it and said Gordon Hayward a problem, but it looked like he needed now.
Yeah.
I
feel like a big hole right here.
Yeah, I feel like they don't have an identity, and that's their biggest problem. Like who to go to in what situation. Like if you look at Philly, we know Embiid getting the ball.
Yeah.
Brooklyn got so much talent, it kind of don't matter. Milwaukee, Giannis, the shooters, everybody know they roll. I feel like sometimes Kemba, do I want to do the pick and roll and do my mid-range? Do Jason Tatum want to take the ISO? How do we get Jaylen Brown involved? Like, who are we? And I feel like they never figured that out, and that's the problem. Like, as we said, their opponent, Washington started figuring out, let's let Russ get these 24, 18, and 16 average over the last 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And Bill score. So that's what Bill do, the second leading scorer in the league.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And once Washington found that identity, they just superseded all our expectations. And you hit the hammer on the head with Boston. It's like they don't have the identity. Kemba don't know where his role is. Jaylen Brown, he's doing his thing, but Tatum, they do the same thing. They both take the same type of shots. So, this is going to be interesting to see. I can't call it either way, but that's the one right there. Like we said, outside the obvious, that I'm looking forward to for sure.
I do want to go over the other games. Indiana, Charlotte. LaMelo is back, so I'm gonna watch it just for LaMelo. I'm sorry, LaMelo, that dude. Terry Rozier has been hooping this year. He's been very underrated.
Man, yes, he had underrated, man. And I've been a Terry Rozier hater. I was like, man, this guy. No, I'm not feeling scared, Terry. But this season, yeah, it's been on, man. He proved me wrong for sure. He when Melo went down, he put Charlotte on his back, and they in there. They year one with ball, they in here. They fighting for it. So yeah, I like it. I like Charlotte.
Yeah, Sabonis, Indiana. I feel like the problem with them, they can score, they don't play defense. I think they're giving up 130 points a game over the last 3 weeks, and they went from a 6 seed to where they at now. It's like they just completely gave up on defense. Brogdon been a little nippy. Brogdon one of the most efficient players in the league. They are still scared for one game, so Charlotte better look out for that because Sabonis can't get that triple-double. LeVert back, and LeVert starting to look more like himself a little bit since that incident. So they can score, but since they got LeVert looking back, like I said, like their defense went down, so that's a problem. But can LaMelo, Rozier, and the squad, can they score? That's what I'm looking for next year.
Yeah, me too. And the thing with the Pacers defense is Miles Turner being out was a huge blow. He was there at the rim. That's 2 blocks a game. So that's 2 blocks a game. So we with that missing, it's kind of it's much harder. It puts more pressure on the perimeter defenders, and that it shows. It shows in their defense. So I mean, for the Pacers, I feel like they could go out there and win a game, but Charlotte is not a scary team. This team is young, but they're not scary. So,
speaking of, they're in kind of a weird position with this playing game. Who do you really want? Because if you win that first game, if you are Washington and Boston, if you win that first game, you'll play Philly. I mean, you'll play Brooklyn, not Philly. Excuse. You'll play Brooklyn, and Brooklyn got all 3 of their stars back. If you lose and win the second game, you play Philly. So depending on how you're thinking about that, you like, should I lose? But if you lose, you risking that. You might not get it.
Yeah, you're risking it, and these 2 teams not talented enough to risk that.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like if we go to the Western Conference, then that conversation, could be more in play.
Yeah.
But as far as like the East, Boston and Washington, they're not talented enough to, let's just throw this game and then go out there and beat Charlotte or beat the Pacers. No, because y'all might not come out of there alive.
It's a bonus. Like I said, they can score.
Yeah, they can score. The Pacers can score, and Charlotte. If Charlotte get there, that means that they were for real, because they had, they had to beat the Pacers. So, that is something to think about. But I feel like that would be more so a strategy for a Western Conference team than an Eastern Conference team because they're just not good enough to do that. I don't believe. Yeah, Washington maybe. The
way they playing lately, yeah.
Yeah, they playing. Yeah, they might could, tank one real quick and then go out there and probably punish ball. Rozier. They might could do that, but that's it.
And even if you do it, neither one of y'all got an answer for Embiid. So I'm just that's a problem too. You might like, I don't want to play these 3, but it's a big beast in that middle that position y'all ain't got a strength at. So
it's a weakness. Not only do you not, it's not a strength, it's a weakness.
yeah,
So it's
cause
like you're
both of
not
y'all
straight
guard,
at it.
yeah, y'all both backcourt heavy. Well, around the circle, 1, 2, 3. That's y'all strengths. So you don't want to.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's get to the Western Conference. Speaking of the Western Conference, we talked about the strategies and all that. We gonna go with the game that we gonna you know how we gonna do, y'all. We gonna save it for y'all. We gonna save it for y'all. So we got to go over the Memphis versus the Spurs. The game that, from what I'm seeing on Twitter, people saying that's the game they do not care about.
Oh man, oh man, yeah. It definitely on paper is boring.
Yeah,
It's boring. It's a snooze fest. But I mean, I want to see Jaw.
that's what
Jaw
I
must
said
watch
too.
TV. Yeah, Jaws must watch TV. I got to see that, man. And my prediction, my bold prediction is Memphis is making the playoffs.
Okay,
John Morant and Dylan Brooks is making the
that's a nice
playoffs. That's my
backcourt.
bold prediction.
That's a
Yeah.
nice backcourt. People forget that.
Oh yeah.
And I tell people that Ja Morant is the one, which gonna lead us to the next question, which will be very interesting, because that means you telling me 3 of the biggest stars, one of them ain't gonna be there.
What I'm not gonna be there, man. What I'm not gonna be there.
So that's a big thought. Ja Morant can go off and make the game interesting, but most people, like I said, mostly because it's the Spurs without Tim Duncan. Even though people thought when they was good, they were boring, but Pop got that team the best they can get, and they gonna be ready. It's just if Ja can just get off on him, because he's the most talented player on the court by a good bit. No offense to Rosen, but he's the best player by a good bit. So
yeah,
if he do his job, they should win that game. And to the big one, at the time we do not know who playing this, so I know this will be out on Monday, but we know that the 8th seed is Golden State, and and he will play LeBron James or Damian Lillard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we love Steph.
Yeah. So in the one of the probably most highest rated one basketball game ever, I think if it's LeBron, I think that will go down as one of the highest rated games ever, because it'll just be like Steph versus LeBron in the NCAA tournament game.
Yes.
And according to Trail, the loser losing. So
the loser losing. The loser losing. So you better win.
Yeah. And I was talking to somebody earlier today, and I said, Steph and LeBron, despite who you say better or whatever, they the 2 biggest stars in the NBA.
Yes. They are by far.
They are ratings pushers. When they play, they are ratings pushers. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's a good thing for the league. Specifically what you say happened. I don't know if that's a good thing.
No, it'd be horrible for the league, man. If LeBron not in the offs, if Steph not in the offs, that's horrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I would want my referees to blow a couple of whistles the wrong way, to get them in there, man. Yeah. But those the Lakers. I mean, you know who they are. You know who Bron is.
The champs.
By no means do I feel. Yeah, the champs. Yeah, to sum it all up. And I don't feel like there's no fall off with Bron. I think he's real well rested. And you go get Bron. You go get the playoff Bron in that 7-8 matchup. So it's gonna be tough. I know Steph Curry's gonna hold his own. He's going to do what he does. We know Draymond going to hold his own. But Wiggins ain't never seen this type of action. Uber ain't never seen this type of action. This is a different platform, a different stratosphere right here. So the other for Golden State, how you feel about them as far as them coming into this playing game?
Wiggins, if you've been paying attention, is playing his best of his career. And I think that's because for some reason I have been watching these games and they put 3 people on Steph Curry. They at half court every time I see 3 people running toward him, and I'm like, what kind of defense? But I understand why. it was a stretch
Yeah.
that he, the second closest, I think, hit 10 3-point games. Well, 5. That was Clay.
Mm-hmm.
Steph hit 4 10-3 games in 2 weeks span.
Yeah, he did.
And 2 of them he didn't play in the fourth quarter because that was against Philly and somebody else. He didn't play in the fourth quarter. And he hit 10 threes in those games.
It might have been the Magic. He hit the Magic for 10.
Yeah, because
sure.
Philly had 10. He didn't play in the fourth. That was without Simmons and them. And without Simmons, Steph gonna get off because Embiid is not coming out to the 3-point line. That's what they want to ask him to do. And
right.
Yeah, he had somebody else. So that's basically, like I said, that I see why they do it, because that man is that he must see TV.
Must see TV. And when I've been watching stuff I've been saying this to myself for like the past 5-6 years. I'm like, man, he got to miss. It's like shoot or miss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just a part of the game, man. But this is the first time in the history of any type of basketball where he just don't miss. Every time you need to go in, it's gonna go in. And yeah, you run 3 people at that. You got to.
At half court, because he's gonna pull up from half court.
He's gonna pull up from half court, man, and like it's nothing. And it's like, what the problem that I have with what people say about Steph Curry is they try to keep him in his box of being the greatest shooter of all time. But he's more than that. He averaged over 5 assists, over 5 rebounds. He has 2 scoring titles. He's more than just a shooter.
Second best handles behind Kyrie to me.
In the league.
You know what I'm saying?
In the league. You can't take the ball from Steph.
Yeah.
So it's like putting him in that, like that shooting box with Ray Allen, Reggie, Stojakovic, Jason Terry. Like Steph Curry, like if you just hear the names on that list, Steph Curry don't fit with those guys.
Yeah, he shoot off the dribble too.
He shoot off the dribble, on the catch, behind the back, behind the goal. It don't matter. It's going in. And when I name Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, Steph Curry, like those names fit. And that's how I want people to think of Steph Curry in just that light, for sure.
Yeah. And then you got the other team on this list. Like I said, we'll find out tomorrow who they put in this list, who go against the Golden State Warriors at home. You have Dame Lillard and Carmelo Anthony and CJ McCollum.
Man, I'm going to tell you the truth. Golden State do not want that. That is not what Golden State want, man. That's not what they want. No, sir. What you want is for Portland to win and Portland to go to that 6th seed and good riddance. That's it. That's it, man. You don't want to play Portland right now.
You don't. You gotta
not right now,
and you gotta hope one of them off at least. If you do, like the other day, Melo was off, and they found out they lost late, but usually they ain't off. Usually they ain't off late. Jerkins got to get in that weight room though. That's my only beef with them. Down low, they be looking real soft.
And they've been trying, man. Yeah. They tried to work it out with Whiteside. They tried to get it with Nerd. And it's hard, man. It's hard finding quality bigs, but man, Portland, it's just that backcourt, man. That's a lot. That's a lot. You got to guard them for 48 minutes. That's a lot.
You do.
So,
depending on which matchup, who do you think got who? I'm thinking you saying Portland beats Golden State, but what about the Lakers? If you saying that,
I don't think the Lakers beat Golden State. I'm gonna take Golden State in that matchup, and then and then the Lakers will just be the 8th. The Lakers will be the 8th. The Lakers play Utah, and that'll be a great matchup. Utah with Gobert. I think the Gobert Anthony Davis matchup more so is going to be the battle there. But yeah, that's my prediction. Portland stay 6. Golden State 7 and the Lakers 8.
Okay. Yeah. I think I got about the same because I don't think Portland gonna lose tonight or whenever they play. Oh, the Portland play tonight? Yeah, they played
Oh yeah,
Denver. So
everybody.
they
Yeah,
played Denver tonight. Denver might be resting up, so I don't know yet. I ain't see who playing because they just started, so I ain't got the roster up there. But I think Portland gonna play. I don't think Denver cared. I think they secured at what, the 3 seed, whatever seed they at
yeah.
2.
Denver secure. They're going to rest. I saw they had took the line off earlier this morning, so they're probably going to rest and Portland and get the win there, and they're secure to 6.
So that's
They're secure
gonna.
to 6.
I think I got it the same way. I think Portland. They gonna rest. Portland's gonna win tonight, and then the Lakers play Golden State. And what I'm predicting is the highest rated NBA game.
Yeah. You lock that in. You stamp that. You stamp that, and I believe you. And I
Look,
believe you.
because you don't. It's not that many times you get to say, "Hey, one and perhaps done."
Yeah,
Who going
yeah.
there? So you got to look at that. I'm looking for that, and I want to talk about this. I talked about it a little bit last week, but I want to get other people's perspective. If the Lakers
Mm-hmm.
do play Utah, Utah got a chance. Durant and LeBron disrespected them boy in the
Yeah, they
All-Star
did.
game. They said
Yeah,
the
they did.
number one team in the league, number one record, they 2 All-Stars, last pick. We don't believe in it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
It's Utah.
yeah, so Utah got they should have that chip on their shoulder when they play too. So I'm looking for an amazing series.
Yeah, I am. How healthy is Donovan Mitchell?
That would be a problem,
Yeah.
but I think they've been resting a lot lately. So
Yeah, if Spider come out there, I love him.
oh yeah, he
So
he
yeah,
put on the
yeah, I
show. Him and
love him.
Jamal Murray.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, I love both of them boys, man. But on Mitchell specifically, if Mitchell plays, then the Lakers in trouble.
Yeah, that's
That'd be trouble, man. If they could get some quality minutes out of him. But I like Utah roster. The Conley move was big. It was a real good move. They got the 6 man of the year in Clarkson. He Clarkson put him up. So Utah got a shot against Utah have a shot against the Lakers, but I mean you're going to get playoff Braun.
you are.
You're gonna get playoff Braun.
That
Yeah.
look when you put them ass down.
Yeah. You're gonna get playoff Braun, man. And that's out of everybody like ever to play the game. That's one of the playoff Braun is, gotta be one of the toughest. Gotta be top 5. I'm just throwing it out. Yeah.
And then what you think about Utah again getting kind of a disrespect? The Clippers trying to avoid the Lakers and like we rather play y'all in the second round and deal with that. They went and lost to Houston on purpose, try to get that 4 seed to make
Mm-hmm.
sure they don't play the Lakers. To play your team a rematch, which
Yeah.
maybe they can play it off like, nah, we want them because they, what I'm saying, they gave us a problem last year. We want to prove something. And so, what you think about that series? Playoff P. Everybody know I got beef with him. He actually, I think he commented on our video and called me trash. So I'll fight you 6'9" versus 5'9".
Yeah. You would. You would fight.
I'm like, I don't care if you're a foot taller than me or not. What you mean? I'll tackle you.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Paul George, but the problem I have with him is that I love your game, but you in the playoffs, you seem to pretend like you don't care. And that's when you're supposed to care. Like, oh, I'm not a scorer for this team. You averaged 28 points, bro. What you mean you're not a scorer? That's what he said last year, if you remember. So that's my beef with him also.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, for sure. And I had beef with him too. It was like, just for the same reasons. You play off P. And especially in that series against us, against Dallas. When we played them, man, that was for real. But I mean, they ran. That's the Clippers MO. Yeah, that's the Clippers MO. That doesn't surprise me. It's just, but and it's funny because you running straight into it because the Lakers gonna be 8th, so you still gonna run into it. So you can't run. You can't run, man. Like you can't run. You got to see Braun, bro. You got to see Braun because they lost last year. When they lost last year to Denver, it's like y'all running in, like what I'm saying. Y'all running in, like you got to see Braun, man. You got to see him.
Yeah, you do. Then I think that's gonna be a very good series. I think Luka got some picking up for the, because I picked Luka to be MVP. So on that high standard that I had him to, it's kind of disappointing. He still played at a high standard though. But the fact that he probably sixth, fifth on the MVP voting instead of number one kind of disappointed me. But I expect to see him make up for that in the playoffs. So I wanna, because I know he show up. That's one thing I know Luka gonna do.
Yeah, I felt like MVP this season was too high, not really based off his talent, but more so the talent around him.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Tim Hardaway Jr., Porzingis, Trey Burke, Jalen Brunson, Dwight Powell. Like, these guys are not, Dorian Finney-Smith, these guys are not like the model of consistency.
Yeah, I thought Josh Richardson gonna help y'all a little more, but I don't know what happened there.
And people been telling me he trash, and I was like, nah, man, I love Josh Richardson because I loved him in Miami. Because I figured he was a 3-and-D guy.
I don't know what happened for Miami. He was a dog. He went to Philly, and Ben Simmons got open shots, so he hit some, but he wasn't that same dog. And then we got Dallas. I don't even notice him on the court no more. And I'm like, you went from that dog to I don't notice you no more when you out there.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't really know what it was, because when he was in Miami and they sent him and they sent him to Philly, I was like, why y'all keeping Tyler Johnson?
Yeah,
y'all keeping Tyler Johnson over him? That's crazy. But no, he hasn't played with any of that type of dog in him for us. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the Clippers go beat us. You know what I'm saying? But Luka go be there though. Luka go play.
I'm like, Luka not going and don't put Patrick Beverly on Luka no more.
Yeah. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Reggie Jackson. That's who they had out there, Reggie. I'm like, man, come on, man. Y'all got Reggie out there. Man, y'all boys scared, man. And that's why we don't like the Clippers. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody talks about the Mamba mentality and, want to adapt that to their values. But you go out here, you watch Reggie Jackson get cooked, for 40. When you could have easily just went over it.
Yeah, and Kawhi, why you didn't get on him? Paul George, you said your job is not to score. Why you didn't get on him? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm still mad that man told me his job was not to score on the team, yet you the dude that averaged 28 points. What was it, 26 last year during the season?
Yeah, 26, 27.
I'm like, if you averaging 26, what you mean your job is not to score? That's literally what you do on the team. Taking 3 shots a game. No, this year I expect better, bro. You a hooper now. That's why I hold you to that standard.
Yeah, because the Clippers are at their best when he's leading scorer.
Yeah.
He's scoring and Kawhi is doing what Kawhi does. Yeah, that's when they're at their best, but yeah.
And we got one more game in the West before we go to the Eastern Conference. We have Phoenix versus, according to you, Golden State. I think that's pure fireworks right there.
Man.
That's
man, either way though, I say either way. If Steph get in there against Chris Paul, they, since day one, then Bron gotta knock his mans off. If Bron get in there, he gotta knock his mans off. So but I actually I placed a bet on Phoenix, man. I got a bet on Phoenix because of Devin Booker. I said Devin Booker is gonna get out the first round.
Oh, let's go.
How do you feel about Devin Booker? What's your Devin Booker analysis?
I think Devin Booker has the chance to be all-time great, but it's up to him to do it. Because I don't really you see all the other players a lot, but you don't really see Devin Booker personality a lot. Like, you don't see him. Yeah. He dates the Kardashians or whatnot, but everybody, Ben Simmons dated the Kardashian. The guy, whatever his name, dated from New Orleans, dated the Kardashian. They all date the Jenner girl. So, but even then, you didn't see him with her like you see a Ben with her or somebody else. So we don't really know it. I'm curious to see if he got a dog, and this is the first time we get to see. Because it's gonna be all eyes on you, especially if you playing Steph or LeBron. It's eyes on you now. Book, this is your.
Right.
We know.
Right.
We know. I always say CP3 the same thing. Guaranteed you a second round. Most of the
Yeah.
time, most
Yeah.
time you lose in the second round. Sorry,
Yeah.
CP3. That's the truth, though. It's your history. But
Yeah.
every team you go to, New Orleans, second round every year. I'm like, so he a
Yeah.
winner.
He had dogs out there.
Yeah,
He had dogs.
he went to Houston,
Yeah.
second round most times, third round that 1 year to the Western Conference. But every year, he gonna get you there. Can Booker jump that, make him jump, take that leap for Chris Paul now. And Aiden got to play too. Aiden, you got to show up, my guy.
Yeah, man. And if you play the Lakers, man, you in trouble.
Yeah,
AD is a handful.
he is.
Yes.
And Draymond gonna try to bully you if you play Golden State. I already know how he is.
All game. All game.
He gonna do a lot
All
of
game.
this. You got to stay composed and be ready, bro, because he gonna do
A
this.
lot of chirping, man. A lot of chirping. And what hurt the worst with Draymond's chirping is that he has the right to do it. He's a defensive player of the year, multiple rings. It's like Draymond is like solidified in his league. So it ain't like, somebody, a normal person that averaged 7 points chirping. Like, no, when Draymond chirping means something. So yeah, you go get that the whole game for sure.
Yeah, so it's a lot of people got a lot of different things they got going on. A lot of storylines we got. Hopefully we get Golden State and the Lakers in so we don't have to, the NBA can rest easy.
Yeah, for sure. And say my bold prediction, man. Go up against Ja.
Yeah,
Don't try Ja, man.
but while we in the middle, we finna go to the Eastern Conference. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, Anchor, anywhere else, hit that follow button. We do this every Monday. What's New 99 Sports. Every Tuesday, we do Keep It 99 exclusively on YouTube. What's New 99, the podcast, official podcast, is on every Wednesday. Or Purpose, they interchangeable. And every Friday, What's the Trend, whatever trended on Twitter that week, exclusively on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button on the Overall 99 ENT channel. And follow my boy Trail. He is here, TA_850. All his social media will be in the description. So follow my boy, his sports tape. We hope to have him on a lot more. But follow my boy. And we got a lot of interesting. Follow my Zelmay channel. I'm going to do a lot of communication talks and stuff. So it's going to be a good time on the channel. We grinding. We done got partnered, everything. Hit that membership button too if you want to. Just support your boy financially.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we got the Eastern Conference now. Who you got winning the play-in games?
Oh, man. The play-in games, I'm going to go with the Wizards taking the 7th seed. So Westbrook versus Durant.
Ooh,
then yeah, and then I'm gonna go with Jason Tatum in the 8. Jason Tatum go get it done, man. Versus the Hornets.
Okay.
Versus the Hornets. So yeah, Boston 7. Boston 8. Washington 7, and that's how they gonna rock out.
Okay, so according to you, we know it's the rematch of last year, Philly, Boston. This time with Ben Simmons. So we're gonna see how the difference is with I always say a decent coach in Doc Rivers. Brett Brown.
Decent, yeah, okay.
Hey, bro, I'm consistent, bro. I have never seen nothing special from Doc. He ain't bad though. I'm not gonna call him bad, but people are like, "Oh, he's a great coach." I'm like, I don't see nothing innovative he ever does. I just see he just do what he's supposed to do, and okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he don't mess up. So
yeah, that's the truth, man. Because I know Doc from the Magic, which was his first coaching job. So I'm like, we fired him in maybe like 2 years, something like that. I was like, it wasn't the fact that it didn't work out. It was just the fact that he wasn't really like that guy. He wasn't that guy for us. So, and I don't, as far as like, I feel the same way you feel. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like he's a great coach. I feel like he's an NBA coach. I feel like, if you have 30 teams, he's 15 or above. But at the same time, it's a lot of coaches out here who be like really coaching circles around him.
Yeah. And you see every time he leave, players tend to have a problem with him. We saw Paul George say he never thing. I don't know if that's true. Sometimes I got a big problem with Paul George too. But Doc he an NBA coach. By the way, a lot of coaching in NBA, I do not feel like he's an NBA coach. So
yeah, for sure.
So
that's a lot of them not.
Yeah. And if you don't believe me, I go from the source. I watch Draymond Green and LeBron on the barbershop talk show say most of these coaches can't coach in the NBA.
Right. Yeah, for sure. A lot of it is politics.
Yeah.
So man, these guys can't coach, man. But yeah. Sure.
And we see that, but politics everywhere. I think NFL take coaching a little more seriously, even though I still think it's a lot of politics in it. We see what we're gonna talk about that a little later, but after we get out the playoff talk, we're gonna get a little quick hits with what's going on in Jacksonville. So, but
okay, yeah.
So
yeah,
Philly versus Boston game 1. Boston, you put Ben Simmons on Tatum, Embiid should dominate. Because he's not even where he was. He's way beyond where he was last year. And I said he should have dominated last year. He averaged 26. I said he should have averaged 35 and they'll win. He didn't. They got swept. This year they got Ben on Tatum. They don't have Jaylen Brown this time. Kemba they don't know. They don't have an identity. I think they're going to beat them up in the paint. I'd say 76ers. They should win it 4, but for some reason they ain't been focusing much. I would like them to lately. So I'm putting Philly in 5. On that series.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing. Philly in 5. I feel like Boston to find a way. Brad Stevens to find a way. Tatum to have a game. Maybe we get a game for Kemba. We might get a Marcus Smart defensive effort. I feel like Boston can find a way to win 1. If they win 2, I'm impressed.
I'm blaming Philly for that.
Yeah, I blame. Yeah. It depends. If they win 3, I'm blaming Philly.
If Jaylen Brown was playing,
they shouldn't go to 7 now.
If Jaylen Brown played, I would agree with you. But without Jaylen Brown, I don't see.
Yeah. Without Jaylen Brown, if Philly lose 3 games in this series, like something's wrong. Something's wrong.
They have no.
So
they have no answer for that.
I'll take Philly in 5.
Yeah. So it'll be basically the second match for Russ versus KD and Harden. It's a lot of former OKC superstars on the same court. By the way,
yes, sir.
Sam Presti still always impresses me. They talking about he got all these draft picks in the upcoming year. This man, y'all talking about he can't do it. This man drafted 3 MVP. I don't know how many other people they can say they drafted 3 MVP. Sam Presti.
Not only did he draft 3 MVP. Not only did he draft 3 MVPs, he drafted all 3 of them without the number 1 pick. So there's somebody that they picked before these MVPs. He was like, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna take the MVP." So
and he found Serge Ibaka, and he found some other players right now that's gonna play big, Reggie Jackson and stuff like that. And he got a lot of draft picks, so don't count out Sam Presti. That is something I want to get in there. But what you think about the series, though? I just want to shout out Sam Presti because I'm still amazed that a man can draft 3. I don't even know if they do it in football. Like that's hard to do in any sport. Draft 3 MVP.
No, they even have 3 MVPs with the same franchise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like period. Like throughout the whole span, it's crazy. So like for you to draft, 3 guys that won MVP, it's like, man, because Cleveland didn't do it. Cleveland drafted LeBron. They haven't had, Kyrie's not an MVP. So man, that is, yeah. Shout out to Sam. But as far as the series, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be so fun to watch, man. Like you gonna get like 166 to 158. It's gonna get crazy. Like the over under is gonna be like 287. Like it's gonna be crazy, man. Like, yeah, this is gonna be a crazy series. But Brooklyn's gonna do their thing. Brooklyn's gonna go ahead and get them out of there.
It's too much, bro.
Way too much. It's way too much on Brooklyn bench. Like that's really when Brooklyn plays, like when they start going into those mismatch matchups, with two of the stars on the bench, or even no stars on the bench for like 4 or 5 minutes, they can still score. Even without the 3 stars, they're still better than half the teams in the East.
Joe
They showed that
Harris,
last year.
Joe Harris, and all them. Only reason I think they can't get beat because I'm old boy hurt. Backup point guard. If he was down, like it ain't no hope.
Dunwoody.
Yeah,
Them
with it nasty. If they had him too, it wouldn't even be a break.
Yeah,
it just be constant. That backcourt would just be working you. But yeah, they did. Brooklyn gonna be a hard out. But the thing everybody got a chance in is with all them stars on the court, there will be nobody doing that dirty work. Joe Harris not gonna be the one doing dirty work. Kyrie Sho ain't doing no dirty work. James Harden too busy gonna be getting them buckets and getting assists. He can't do dirty work. And KD, he ain't risking them legs. They gonna score.
Right,
that's the problem. They gonna score though. So maybe they can get DeAndre Jordan to jump, but he ain't never been that type of dude.
Right. Yeah. Never. That was Chris Paul's problem with him.
Yeah. So they got a lot of people that ain't gonna get that nitty gritty scrap out of you. But again, it's too much firepower, especially with how even they starters on Washington, they depth ain't strong.
Exactly.
Because it's Russ and Bill, and they out here scoring 30 and 30, and everybody else, and they still only score so many points. I'm like,
get another 30. Yeah. Westbrook got 30, Bill got 30, and the team got 30, and that's what you got.
Yeah, so I'm like. And Russ assists on all of them because they can't get their own shot. So
yeah, got to. That's
gonna be a big problem for them. Like I said, we talk. Next, I want to talk Milwaukee versus the Heat. Maybe the series I'm looking forward to the most, unless it was Brooklyn and the Heat, because I know Kyrie give up a bunch of weaknesses, and I would love to see that. Mm-hmm. But I don't think we're gonna see that. Like I said, Kyrie gave up a bunch of weaknesses this season, and I know Jimmy Butler is insane.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna see that in the second round.
You saying they're gonna beat Milwaukee again? Okay.
Oh yeah, Milwaukee done. Yeah, Milwaukee done, man. And there's no disrespect to Giannis. It's not there, man.
The wall off gonna work again. You don't think Drew gonna overcome the wall off?
No. I just feel like I feel like he can. I'm not gonna count him out. I'm not gonna count Drew out. I'm not gonna count Chris out. It's just it's dealt. It's dealt. Yeah, it's dealt. Because with Miami, they kind of have that same thing. All the other good teams have as far as like defending on the bench.
Bam gonna play amazing defense. Bam gonna play
amazing defense. He's so athletic, man. It surprised me every time he jumped that high. Like, so it's like I think. Do you feel like it's more so the history of the Bucks or this Bucks roster itself?
I think it's the history. I think everybody thinking in their mind, because I had to break this too. I'm going to count on this year because it's two things. I think Drew going to help break that a little bit. I don't think he's going to break it a lot, which is going to be my problem in the next series. But I think Tyler Hero ain't the Tyler Hero last year.
He's not.
If Tyler Hero was what he was last year, I'm picking them. But Tyler Hero looking, I'm like, what happened to you, guy? And I'm hearing rumors and stuff like this. It's all rumors, though. We don't find out with the Aaron Rodgers and Adam Schefter situation that they just piece together information and just tell a story, so nobody's saying this. But it appears people upset because he living a Miami lifestyle now and he ain't focused as he should. So I don't know if he'll be back in time, but without Tyler Hero being Tyler Hero, I don't know if it's as scary as it was last year.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true, man. I believe the rumor. I'm not going to lie. I believe him, man. I believe, everybody handles that different. That instant stardom.
Yeah, that success he had that first year.
Yeah, everybody handles it different. And the thing that NBA players have to understand is that this is a job. Like, people are trying to eat. Like you're in my way. So you out here at the parties, living the Miami lifestyle. It's somebody in the gym. It's somebody in the weight room, and eventually it's going to start to tear off. And that's what I feel happened to Tyler, because you only have 24 hours in a day. If you spend 12 of those hours, you can spend 12 of those hours in entertainment, or you can spend 12 of those hours in the gym. Either way, it is what it is. But yeah, man, Tyler Gaines fell off, and that's going to be a huge blow for Miami if he don't show up in the playoffs. Because, like we were saying, I don't want to base the Bucks off their history. I want to base them off the roster, and this roster could beat Miami.
Yeah, I want to shout out J. Cole from when you said that. He said something in his documentary talking about why I didn't make the league. He said, bro, I'm sitting out here thinking I'm at an and doing something while somebody, the other person, the other high school training, getting better. And I'm sitting there just not lifting weight, just like, oh, I'm AI just playing around. He said, so I had to make sure I make that relevance in music. And now he out there playing the African League, had 3 points, I think 2 assists, 2 rebounds. But his first,
yeah, that's big for him.
Yeah, so I'm like, my man out here doing his dream, living, playing in a league. Might not be the league he wanted to, but he playing the league. Ain't that many people can. And he did his thing for the little bit of time he got after he ain't played basketball. And what is he, 35? He ain't played basketball since.
35, 36.
Yeah, he ain't played basketball that long. That's amazing for him to even get that off, especially after not playing so long at a high level.
Yeah, because the thing, I probably can't play 17 minutes in a game right now.
Yeah,
just play. You know what I'm saying? Let alone get a blanket, get a board. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm not playing 17 minutes in no pro game right now. So man, shout out to Cole for that, man. For real, that's love. But yeah, that's what it is, though. Like that's like with you on your podcast. While you in there perfecting your craft with your podcast, there's other people that's podcasting that's not doing that. So they're not going to progress at the same rate that you have, and all that, everything we're saying applies to Tyler Hero and the rumors and the things that me and you believe.
Man, I was talking to Wes, Kid Creative Player. I know his music and everything. He be on here with me. He been on some trips doing his work, so he ain't been able to be with us today. But I told him, bro, I do this every day, not because I'm looking for views. I can get the little clickbait view video. I'll take the 7 views as long as I'm getting better and everybody see it. Know what I mean? I'm glad that I used to get 1,000 views just doing this, but then I realized people only watching for 5 minutes on a 40-minute podcast. Now they watching 38 minutes, even though it's less people for the longer time. So I'm like, yo, that means I'm doing my thing now.
Yeah, for sure.
And then when I want to go back to that, I can, but I'm better than I was.
Right. For sure.
So now people know I'm dog. Like I saw a guy, YouTuber No Life Shack. He moving to Texas too. He said it took him 1,000 videos before he popped off, and now he hit 3 million. So,
wow, yeah.
So it's all about grinding. I want everybody in their mindset to just keep grinding and be scrappy, just like them New York Knicks who are playing the Atlanta Hawks.
Sir, baby. Yes, sir, baby.
The Knicks are back in the playoffs. They look like they might can win a first round. So the world is excited. People hoping they might can play the Nets in the finals with Eastern Conference Finals, which would, I don't think they beating Philly, but because Ben Simmons never lost to the Knicks, but that don't mean they'll not lose. That's a crazy stat. That man done played them like 16 times and never lost. That's an amazing stat.
Yeah, it is an amazing stat.
But
it is an amazing stat. But I mean, when you think about it, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like Ben Simmons looked like the guy that'll run wild against the Knicks. Sure.
He does. But he got to step his game up in the playoffs too. But we done talked about them. But Ben got to be a little more aggressive. That's the one fault I have. He a dog, but he a dog more on defense and running the court. Then like, yo, I gotta get this bucket because this 6'3" dude on me, and I'm 6'11". I'm like, bro, you gotta get that mindset because that little mid-range fadeaway you got going in now. So use a little more to open up the court so people just ain't backing off on you in the thing. But Julius Randle is getting most improved player. I don't declare that.
Lauded. Yeah.
I don't even think it's you don't even have to put a second place. Unanimous. Don't have nobody else on the list. And they scrappy, dog.
Man, they found some pieces out there. They got Tom up there. You know what Tom gonna give you. And man, they look so good in New York, man. And what LeBron said was right. In New York popping, when the Knicks are popping, there's another New York team now, but when the Knicks are popping, the basketball is popping. Like it's on.
And the world opening up.
Yeah, and the world opening up, man. So y'all lucky the guard can't be the guard. The Spike can run loose in the guard like he did, like he do. If yawn. But no, man, and I don't want to take anything away from the Hawks. Like this Trae Young first playoff series, shout out to him for sure. The Hawks, we knew it last offseason. Last offseason we knew it. Like when they put those pieces together. They traded Rondo now. But when they got Rondo, when they really built the bench, you got some vets around Trae Young. We knew that there was gonna be a playoff team, and they have met our expectations. So shout out to the Hawks. But
Gallinari, all them boy.
Gallinari, for sure. And John Collins, he wanted the max. He's looking like a max, man. Looking like the max, but he always has. He's always been like a double guy, maybe even fringe double if it's 9 rebounds. But 17, 18 points, he up to a dub now. Atlanta built a team and they built it from the bottom. They had the 5th pick. When they got Trae Young, when they made they had the 3rd pick. And then they made the Trae Young trade. And Cam Reddish, Hunter, shout out all them boys, man. That I like that series. I like that Knicks series because the two teams that were on the bottom who grinded up
in amazing cities. In amazing cities, too.
Yeah. In amazing cities, man. Amazing cities. And not only did they grind up, but Atlanta and New York are not free agent destinations. Like I'm not waking up in the morning like I want to play for Hawks. And then all the drama the Knicks was going through in their front office, even going back to field. LeBron pretty much said, "Man, don't nobody need to go to New York."
They treated Melo like trash. They kicked Charles Oakley out the building. They had that. That was embarrassing. They had him. Carried the legend of their team out of the building. They told Spike Lee he couldn't come back for a little bit.
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of wild stuff.
And then he was banning people for having signs that talked about him, the owner. So they get banned from the stadium. I'm like, bro, what player want to deal with you? You not respecting the player.
You're not respecting the player. They got together with really what it was though, Julius Randle taking that next step. Yeah, we always like Julius Randle, just us as an NBA community. But for him to take that next step like that All-Star season and put them boys on his back like that every night, man, that's what's up.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it. This is probably one of the most excited I've been for a first round in a long time. It's usually, bro, when it was Golden State, bro, I'm looking at the playoff in the West. I'm like, when they gonna play Houston so I can finally care?
Yeah, right.
And the East still be when LeBron getting to Golden State.
Yeah, for sure. It was like that for like 5 years, 6 years. Man. It was like that for a long time.
It was
for a long time.
So last year was weird, but the bubble just didn't have the energy. Even though I felt like people say it was because it wasn't a crowd. I think because it was like a practice setting and that huge space behind the goal. Because I saw a bunch of basketball players talking about this, and I thought about this too. When you got that big space, the rim look wider. So
depth perception.
Yeah, so without all that empty space and it was blacked out with no crowd, and it's not as long because they was in that little facility. I felt like people didn't have to look all the way up there; they just saw the rim and a wall. So that their eyes and a lot of people scored. I don't even know my boy from Indiana. I don't even know
TJ Warren.
TJ Warren was the bubble god.
Yeah, bubble god, bro. Bubble god. He need to get that on a shirt. Bubble god, but he had got injured for the season.
Yeah, he did.
He's out for the season. Yeah,
shout out to him though. He was a hooper though, but him and that bubble was a different him.
There's God in there, man, going crazy, bro. Everybody, like anybody can get it.
Except Jimmy Butler. I don't know what he
yeah, except Jimmy Butler. But what it is so in that bubble, it's that different setting. You closed in, you don't have all the amenities, stuff like that, and people react different. TJ Warren, one of those type of animals. Like, I don't really need none of that. You know what I'm saying? I can just hoop. But the thing is, you run into Jimmy Butler, he's a different type of animal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Jimmy in the hallway, bouncing the ball 3 o'clock in the morning. Like Jimmy's a different type of animal. So that's just what he ran into. But yeah, I always say the bubble was an asterisk. You know, I always put an asterisk on the bubble. You know, they did go out there and play. The Lakers won. You know, I respect it, but I put an asterisk on it. But there's no asterisk for this season.
Yeah,
You know, we had it's real. It's real this season.
It's a lot more injuries because it was condensed because they started in December rather than September when they normally start. So they had to get it back on the regular schedule. And then I think after this season they get their season starts earlier, but it's widened out, so it's like not many back-to-back games, which is amazing.
Yeah. I don't really like them back-to-backs, man. I mean, you have to play them. Yeah. I guess you have to play them. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you could minimize them for sure, anything to minimize back-to-backs.
Yeah. So the next year they're gonna start. They were supposed to start this year, but again, COVID happened. The season ended later. Mm-hmm. So, by the way, I see people talking about basketball ratings. Ratings on everything went down. People don't watch TV no more. They don't, bro. Football down, college football down. Plus, basketball is going against the NFL, and I'm sorry, in America, the NFL is
number one.
They God, basically. They on that.
God,
they 13. If you look at, they getting 13 mil regardless, no matter who playing. Thursday night football be having the worst football team, the Bengals versus the Jaguars, and they'll still get 10 million people watching. I'm like, these the worst two teams in the league. But that's football.
Yeah, that is, man. That's what we want to see. It's you know, it's enough violence. You know, basketball just doesn't have that violent impact that football does. But but basketball, we love the league for sure.
We finna go on some other stuff. What you think about the WNBA season? We saw Candace Parker make her Chicago Sky debut. It was so weird.
Yeah, it is, man. It's weird not seeing her as Spark, but you know what I'm saying, she had the crib. So I mean, it's just good, man, for the WNBA to even be around for 25 years, for it to be doing what it's doing. You know, it's just a great thing to see. The talent level in the league is still top tier. You know, Anescu bat.
Sue Bird, Brianna Stewart, that team looking nasty.
Team looking nasty out there in Seattle, man. Like, and as the season goes on, you know what I'm saying, I'll watch more teams, but those few right there are just some of my favorites. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the WNBA. Seriously, man.
I am too. Tia Cooper and the Sparks.
Yeah, and I feel like these women are becoming more household names. You know, they're getting their name out more. They're doing a lot more advertising, and you know, the thing with pay always comes up. And you know, the only thing I can say is, you know, I hope they get paid more. You know, I'm not a business guy. I don't have an MBA or anything like that. So, you know, because the first thing people want to yell out is, well, you know, do y'all make money? You know, and I'm like, well, that doesn't really matter. You know, but yeah, WNBA season on the way, man. We gonna have some sports because baseball season. I mean, I watch baseball too, you know, but I like WNBA.
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to WNBA. I love them. People don't realize that we used to, me, you, and Wes, you sit in the Pain Center and watch the championships when Diana Taurasi and them were killing. And we used to try to get so many people to watch. Girls, men, everything. I'm like, they like, we don't care about them. I'm like, why, bro? This is basketball in its purest form.
We held the TV up in the Pain Center. Everybody wanted to watch something else, and we holding it down. Be like, no, we watching the championship. We not moving. We held it down.
Yeah, that was Diana Taurasi and them was running through the league. And I was like, and I'm like, bro, people say they got to get money and they need to invest more. I'm like, what y'all don't realize is y'all can do it yourself through these medias, bro. Social media is here now. You see Jake Paul, he ain't got nobody behind him. He's taking over boxing, bro. I don't know if you keep up with boxing.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he is.
Bro, he outselling every boxer.
Yeah, he is.
Just by putting his internet personality out there. I'm like, Tia Cooper got an amazing Twitter personality. I'm like, Put that on YouTube. Skylar Diggins, go out there and drop these dudes out. They say they can beat you on a YouTube video. I guarantee you they get views. You start dropping these dudes out because they can't hoop with you. Let's just be honest. Like, and I promise you're going to get a lot of dudes that try. Because dudes sweat. Because they swear they can beat you.
That's their knock, man. They be like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, man, I'll just beat them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you can't just walk on the court and be a WNBA player, bro. Because I done played a couple of WNBA players before. And you just not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, but honestly, it's like, that's what they should do. What you said.
Yeah, bro. Because people don't realize the NBA was dying before Nike got Magic and was it Adidas got buried, and they made this whole black and white rivalry, which NBA was going bankrupt. They were throwing money at the NBA, but when they got them two personalities, the NBA shut up. And then Michael Jordan had this amazing person, and I still say this, no matter what anybody say, there will be not another human being. Tiger was close that was marketed like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Tiger was close.
Tiger ruined that, but Mike was marketed like I have never seen anybody market. Bro, he had a shoe. Do you want to play like Mike? So you bought his shoe, had the necklace, you bought a necklace, stick his tongue out. I watched every NBA player in a dunk contest ever stick their tongue out.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody wanted to be Mike, man. Like, yeah, everybody. For sure.
They sold him as the baggy shorts. I'm like, didn't the Fab Five have baggy shorts first? It didn't matter. Mike did it. We don't care.
Yeah, Mike did it. I mean, the Fab Five did it, but Mike did it. Yeah. We want to be Mike, bro, for sure.
I have never seen a player marketed like that, except for Tiger got close. But Tiger had a different image. Tiger wasn't cool. He was like, this is the black guy you want to be.
Yeah. And it's like with Tiger, the difference though, Tiger plays like he's an individual.
Yeah.
You know, so like it's easier to do. It's like you know what I'm saying, you just one guy, like you go out there and you control your destiny more so. Like Jordan played a team game, but just because his star power, he superseded all that.
He did. And I think that way, I see people disrespect Scotty all the time, talking about he not really a top 50. I'm like, bro, do you not remember Scotty that year? He almost took them to the championship without Mike.
Yeah, man. Lost to the Knicks.
And what did he take him to a game like 7 without them?
Game 7.
Yeah. Then he went to Portland and almost took them far.
Yeah. He was on that roster. Yeah. With Rasheed and all them boys. Yeah. Scotty. Yeah. I give Scotty a hard time. But you know, I give Scotty a hard time. But you know, it was the headaches, man. Like, oh man, you got a headache now and stuff like that. Like, man, you tripping.
Yeah, and big moments he didn't show up.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, with Scotty though, Scotty a baller, man. Scotty a baller. He was on the dream team. You know, though anybody on that dream team was a baller. Like, if you don't know anything about '90s basketball or nothing like that, and except for like Christian Laettner. You know, he don't count, but he was a baller in college.
Yeah, that was supposed to be Shaq's spot, but we take it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like Christian Laettner, that really was supposed to be Shaq's spot. Christian Laettner was a baller, but if you was on the dream team, you were a baller. You know, like even if you was coaching on the dream team, you know, that was Cade, Daly, you know, all them boys. If you was coaching on there, you was top tier coach. So, but. Yeah,
I got a question. This came up today. Should Robert Horry be a Hall of Famer?
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say yes because today I saw Tony Kukoc going in the Hall of Fame next year.
But that's different. No. Tony Kukoc in the national committee. So yeah, that's like it's the same Hall of Fame, but it's a separate like thing. You know what I'm saying, Robert? Or you got to come in on the real one. You know, like you gotta come in on the real one. Like you're not a real Hall of Famer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a cool guy and you knock down the shots, but you're not like a real Hall of Famer. But I feel Rudy Tom though. You know, I mean, everybody in the league know who Robert Horry is, and the impressive thing about Robert Horry is that Robert Horry is a way better basketball player than what his stats show. Like Robert Horry is not Robert Horry is not an 8-point a game basketball player. That's just the role that he fell into to win those championships. You know, Robert Orr could have been on any team averaging 15, 16, you know what I'm saying, 16 and 7. You know, he probably wouldn't have been a champion. But for somebody to come in the league and to understand that so early in their career and to be that good and play that role, man, that's impressive, man. Because like, who would do that now?
That is true.
There's not very many players that would that will come off the 17 and 7, you know, to miss out on the millions to just win championship.
It is true. And plus, can we give him every championship he won? He had a game winner. I did not know that. I looked it up, and even with the Spurs that last year, he never played. Pop put him in for his first minutes of the game to shoot the game winner for his last one with San Antonio. He hit the game winner. He ain't played the whole season. He was in for one play, hit the game winner. That's the only time he played to win a game.
Man, he knocked it down, man. He knocked it down.
Big shot, Bob.
It just the teams that he on.
Everybody
stars on the team. Everybody believed in him. Everybody's like, okay, bro, you're going to get the ball. And how come the other team didn't know that? I'm probably
Like, oh, they trying to scare us because he ain't played the whole season when he was with the Spurs. Now we passing him the ball, dog. He ain't never missed.
Yeah. I heard this Robert Ory. Like, there would be no time in a basketball game in the fourth quarter where Robert Ory would be alone. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care if you let the ball roll past you. Don't leave him. Like, that's the type of defense I want on him. So, but man, he knocks it down every time. But Hall of Famer, no, like he could get a documentary. You know, we want to, we'd love to see how you won the 7. You know,
put it on HBO Max. Put it on HBO Max real quick.
Oh yeah, you put it on. Yeah, I got HBO Max. You can put it on there. Yeah, put it on anything I got. Anything I got, I'll watch it. Yeah, I would to see you win 07.
Yeah, I do want to see how he processed and how he picked the teams he went to, because he always went to them right before they won. And like, oh, this team finna win. Except for the Spurs, of course. The Spurs won already. But every other team, you're like, I'm going here because this is the chance to win. He'll be a GM, but I'm like, how you know where to go? I feel you. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, we had an amazing Hall of Fame class this year. 3 legends went in. I want to do this quick shout out because we running out of time, but shout out to Ben Wallace, Chris Webb, all the people that got in this year, Tony Kukoc, all them. I know I said something, but it's still out of love. It was just to say Robert Ory should be in from my perspective too, but there wasn't no diss at Tony Kukoc. But at the same time, next year we're gonna give y'all flowers next year. But shout out to y'all. I want to say love all y'all. Ben Wallace, appreciate y'all. But this year's, oh my goodness.
The 3 top dogs. Yeah. 3 alphas, man. 3 animals.
Yeah. Paul Pierce. Not Paul Pierce. KG. Paul Pierce going in next year. So that's why I was thinking that. Paul Pierce going in next year with Chris Webber now. But KG, Tim Duncan, and Kobe Bryant.
Yes, sir.
The legend. That's a legendary trio.
Yeah, that's the best one, man. That's the best one. That's the best class right here. No 3 right there. They held it down for so long. So 15 years, just the minimum, on the low end. 15 years, these 3 players were in the mix every time. For everything. Every award, every championship, they were in the mix. So for them to go in the Hall of Fame together, man, that's special.
It is. I saw people made out the point that KG didn't mention Ray Allen. I'm like, bro, KG, this kind of why I love you. But at the same time, bro, you can just, for one night, hey, man, shout out to him. He helped me win, too. I don't mess with him, you know what I'm saying? But he helped me win one, because without him, I probably wouldn't have won.
Nope. Nope.
But that's the reason we love KG, at the same time. He got that.
That's the reason we love him.
That's the reason
we love him, man. Because it's like that loyalty, man, that loyalty word, it means different things to different people. One would think someone leaving a team wouldn't be that serious. but just depending on just everything, your upbringing, just your environment, the whole nine, that word loyalty means something different to different people. And the KG, according to him, he was like, man, Ray just bounced. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, he was saying, yeah, man, I'm gonna be here. And he took the trip to Miami and fell in love. So yeah, man, no shout out, man. You don't need no shout out. No shout out for him.
Yeah. Speaking of that, shout out to South Beach. I can see how you fall in love with South Beach.
Oh man, man, so fast,
bro.
So fast.
I don't think I had. Only reason I wouldn't live there because it's so hot. But I love South. I go to the beach every day. Hollywood, Florida, one of my favorite places. Bro, Hollywood, Florida had every place didn't open at 2:00. Not 12, not 10. They said don't open. My sister live in Miramar. Every place in every place in Hollywood, Florida didn't open at 2. And we closed and we closed at noon, dog.
That's right. That's right, man. I was down there for Thanksgiving and even in the pandemic, man. I am South Beach for South Beach. South Beach for South Beach, man. So yeah, I understand. I understand why LeBron went down there. I understand why Bosh joined him. I understand.
He going to Hall of Fame too. Shout out Chris Bosh.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Bosh a Hall of Fame. Bosh a Hall of Fame, man. And it's sad that his career got cut short because of his health. But as far as talent, Bosh was that. Yeah, he is that deal.
But I went to Miami. The little quick story. I went to Miami. The owner of the Miami Heat, they said this is one of his toys. I said, where is it? That giant ship that's the size of a city, right there. That's that yacht right there is his toy. They said that's like 10 square miles. I'm like, that's the size of a small town.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. We on right through a lot of times in Mississippi. That's 10 miles. You know what I'm saying? We can dance 5 on top of our head. So yeah.
I'm like, that's the size of Mississippi, the size of a town. But he said that's one of his toys. I said, see, I understand levels now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like when you see how rich people move, because me being in politics and doing all this other stuff, being around these corporate people, you don't really see how they live until you see how they live, and then you're like, oh, okay. I see the difference between my family members that make 100, 200,000. I see the difference between you people that make $1 million. Then I see the difference between you people that make $1 billion. Okay, it's gaps.
It's gaps. It's gaps, and until you see it, you won't really know. Like you feel like, man, this 100K, man, like this is it. And then you get to 100K, and then you be like, man, this ain't it. Because once you get to 100K, now you hanging out with people with 500K, with $1 million. Yeah. Be like, man, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, it's just like that. It's levels, man.
Yeah. So shout out to KG, Tim Duncan. Went back to his Islanders. I saw the hair. I was like, okay, you back, you that island boy again. You ain't that clean cutting with Pop and them, that Army soldier. You back to the island boy.
Yeah, man. Just being a Mavs fan, man, I hated Tim Duncan, boy. I couldn't stand Tim Duncan, bro. Every time we played him, though, I couldn't stand him, man. But he was that good, though.
He was.
That's why
I think people sleep on how good he is.
Oh, all the time. Because Manu was good.
Yeah,
Manu real good. Tony Parker real good. But Tim Duncan, crazy.
You wouldn't even. The thing is, he does the same things, and you'll feel like you saw it, but then you'll realize he's one of the few players in NBA Finals history with a quadruple double.
Yeah,
he got 30 points off doing mid-range backboard shots.
Just a basic, and that's probably why I hated him. That's why I hated him, man. Because it was like I didn't hate KG so much because growing up, I watched basketball from a Dallas Mavericks perspective.
Yeah,
like I'm a man, so I didn't hate KG as much because he wasn't winning in Minnesota. Like there was no threat to us, Like we go to Minnesota, we probably go win the game. KG go do him, or we probably go win. With Kobe, I hated Kobe. You know what I'm saying? But with Shaq, Kobe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kobe flying through the air, doing what he doing. All right, man, you got that. We don't got nobody that flies through the air. Dirt don't fly through the air. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when you get to Tim Duncan, he's not flying. He's not slapping the backboard. It's just straight Just fundamental. Fundamental. And he do it all game. Then you look up at the scoreboard and it's 27, 14, 10, and 8. And I'm like, man, I hate you, bro. I hate you, bro. But so it's like, so when people when we talk about like who should be in the Hall of Fame, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this player Hall of Fame, that player Hall of Famer? That's kind of what I base it on, is how much I really hated you as a player.
Yeah.
And those three players, Cole, KG, and Tim, yeah, I hated them.
Yeah.
I hated them. Yeah.
But yeah, Tim, you, like I said, the crazy, you wouldn't notice it. It'd just be happening and you'll just be sitting there. And the reason, like I said, I always go for resources. When Shaq say greatest power forward of all time, I went against him, greatest power forward of all time. He said, I'll be sitting there guarding him and he'll just play center and he'll just get points on me. And I'm like, he just doing basic hook shots. He not booming on me. He's throwing off the backboard when he mid-range because he ain't a shooter. So he's like, okay, I can't shoot. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw the ball in the middle of the glass like you practice on the thing, hit the square and go there.
Like, who walking in the gym doing that? Who's walking in the gym slapping 200 off the backboard?
Nobody.
Like, ain't nobody doing that, man.
And it worked because he won.
Right?
He won how many? 5 rings?
5 rings, man. Multiple MVPs. Like 15-time All-Star. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy's a legend. You know what I'm saying? Like he embodies the Hall of Fame. You know, even at Wake Forest. You know, like Tim Duncan never had a losing season.
No, but that's crazy.
Like since he started playing basketball,
San Antonio had losing season since he left. That's
yeah. You know what I'm saying? They didn't start losing since he left. Since like he retired, like really, really left.
First year he came in the lead. In the second year, 99, the shortened season, they won.
Yeah. The straight season they won. Which they the Spurs tanked the year before, but that's a whole nother story, man. Yeah, they tanked for him, but that's the best tank job of all time.
It is. You got a man that won you 5 rings. And B,
can
you do that? And B, can y'all do that? I'm just asking.
Yeah. I mean, how many rings do you expect from Embiid?
Man, depending on it's who they get around him and stuff, and if he stay healthy, that's up to him.
I mean, who do you out of the people in the league? Who do you want in Philly? Like, what? Name some players in Philly that you would love to have.
I would love. He too loyal, but I would love Dame.
He'll turn y'all up.
Yeah, I feel like him and Embiid together would just. He stretched the floor for Embiid. He can't get that little silly double team that people love. Oh, he loved JJ Redick. I wouldn't mind JJ back. Only problem with JJ, he didn't play D, but him and JJ played magic together.
Yeah, we can't even get JJ to play in Dallas, man. He hurt every night, man.
That's the thing is, I like him with being on the defense end. Ben gotta be more aggressive, which is my problem with Philly. Ben is sometimes I seen him the other night score 10 points in the first quarter against. He scored 14 points in the first quarter against Indiana. He took 1 shot the rest of the game.
Yeah,
and I'm like, bro, you are cooking right now. Why are you taking You had 14 points in the first quarter. You take 1 shot the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm. That's wild.
You can't do stuff like that. Cool. But he had dogs on defense, so sometimes I forgive it because Embiid doing his thing, but in the playoffs, so to win, you gotta. Because Ben do got the possibility that out of anybody in the league, he the one that could be LeBron. It's just if he want to be LeBron.
Yeah.
Same thing I said with Devin Booker, could be a Kobe like. Not saying they're gonna be good at them, but if you want, if you got that dog in you to take it to that level, let's see though. They still, both of them still, they not in their prime yet. A lot of people like, oh, he's been in the league so long. Bro, Giannis didn't become MVP till he was 25. Ben just turned 25, or still not 20. He's about to turn 25. He just turned 25.
Yeah, he's very young, very young.
Yes, Giannis didn't turn. People forget Giannis wasn't Giannis until he turned 25.
Yeah. Giannis struggled.
He did.
Giannis struggled.
He couldn't shoot and he struggled. But then it clicked So I'm just waiting to see if it click for Ben, because if it do click for Ben, him and the B gonna be a dangerous combo, and they'll take pressure off his leg. I'm looking to see in 2 or 3 years if it click for Booker. Because Kobe had Shaq a long time, so he got to take his time before he became Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
He was still a dog,
yeah, for sure.
but he was able to take his time, and I hope Chris Paul can kind of lower that with him. So we got some players in the league that's we get to see what they is. Like I said, Steph didn't become Steph till he finally almost beat San Antonio, and then he was how old? 25, 26. Like
yeah.
You gotta let people get to 25 or 26 before I start saying, oh, they not okay. He not gonna be as good as he says. That's what I always think about when I was thinking about that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And 25 is that age, to do or die, because that's probably right around your first contract.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause what it is, you play
with
3 or 4 years.
Yeah, that'd be the first year after your first contract use.
So
that means you got that money. Yeah, you got that money now to see how you gonna you gonna turn up or you gonna go down. That's usually how it is.
Yeah.
That's Ben just got his max. Ben just got his max. So
yeah. Cause that's a position that like De'Aaron Fox finna enter.
Yeah.
All the boy De'Aaron Fox, Mitchell a little older.
Cat.
Cat. Yeah, Cat. What's the other name I'm looking for? Just got a big Tatum.
Oh yeah, Tatum. Let's just see if he ascend.
Yeah, Tatum finna reach that air, him and Brown. So it's like 25, because it's like on even Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine like 26, 27, but at 25, I kind of seen him turn the switch.
Yeah.
Plus Zach LaVine, he's an animal in the off season too.
Yeah.
He's a gym rat. Yeah, he's a workout rat. So yeah, I'm rooting for Brandon Simmons, man. I've always been a fan. I love tall point guard.
Yeah, I love it. People don't get his vision, bro. I'm like, you do realize that he has assisted on more threes than anybody in the league, and it's by a lot since he's been in the league. Even over Luka now, even over Westbrook on threes, there's nobody better at assisting on threes.
Yeah, because he could throw it anywhere on the court with velocity.
Yeah,
he has that Braun type passing.
Yeah, so
that's what Braun is. Braun passes the ball with velocity anywhere on the court.
Yeah. So I'm looking to see if because everything is Hall of Fame worthy, except for your scoring, dog. You might be defensive player of the year this year. That's how good you is on defense.
He top 2 for sure.
Yeah,
if Gobert win it, I guess. But yeah, being number 2.
Yeah, so Gobert had a problem with Gobert because even being scored 42, this man every 12 points a game, he dropped 42 on Gobert. Talking about it was disrespectful. He hit me. I'm like, and plus, I hate the center position because the centers don't got a lot of dog centers. So at halftime, he just roaming. So his his defensive PR gonna be higher because he just roams and his man doesn't score. While Ben on 67% of the play, which is the highest in the league, holding the best player on the other team.
So, right, yeah, exactly.
So they score more because they're the best player on the team. He holding Durant, Kyrie, whoever hot he gonna hold. Mm-hmm. He gonna hold Levine. He gonna hold and sometimes in the NBA the way it's played today, they gonna be able to get off every once in a while. You can get him hard you want. I saw him guard Kyrie like an animal, and Kyrie was hitting some amazing shots. The same shots he missed on Bam 2 days later though. So
yeah, it's like 13 players in the league that could just get off on you on any night, no matter what.
Yes, especially the way they guard. I told people if Ben could hand check like that in the 90s, oh, he'll be a complete dog.
Because like even look at y'all division. He like four nights a year he guarding the Nets. You know what I'm saying? The Wizards, whoever on these teams. The Celtics. Yeah, like the Celtics, like they always have scores. So
who really Gobert guard? That'd be my only problem. Like he don't even really hold Anthony Davis when they play the Lakers. So I was like,
yeah, he's more like weak side rim protection.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
So I hate that defensive PER stat when they use it against them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, and let's go to the last one before we talk about football and get out of here. Kobe Bean Bryant, bro. Did you cry when you heard the speech, bro? One tear did come down, bro.
Yeah. It's hard not to, man. It's hard not to, man. I mean, we miss him. We miss him, man. But you know, it was good, man. I appreciate. I mean, we all do. I speak for all of us, man. We all appreciate Vanessa Bryant and just the strength and the tenacity that she has to do what she does. You know, and she only does it for us.
Yeah.
You know, she doesn't do it for herself because she doesn't have to do it. So I just wanted to say shout out to her, man. We really appreciate it. We always support her for sure.
Yeah, through all the stuff she go through personally, we ain't gonna talk about it, but all that stuff, you know, y'all know behind the scenes, it's wild what going personally with her life. But I'm like, after her husband passed away, you putting her through this and all that stuff, bro. But
Yeah.
she still share Kobe legacy. She come out and let us root through Kobe through her.
Mm-hmm.
And I do appreciate that. She don't, like you said, she don't have to. She can be like, you know, I don't want to. Let Mike talk. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
she come out and share it with us. And amazing speech again. Kobe is a legend. Kobe is legendary more after he played, even though it was a few years, because just the way he talked about his love for basketball, that documentary, the way he spoke when he was in interviews, the Jalen Rose commercial, even though it's a little thing, that those little, you like, okay, I see it. He was a dog in the NBA, so you didn't see it, but now you see that personality, and like, I love this dude. This dude is so
yeah, that's what it was, man.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And then you got to see him do what he loved most, which was be a father.
Yeah.
You know, and with Gigi, you know what I'm saying, what he was doing with her, and even all the women, all the girls and all the women, just, man, it was amazing to see just for that short period of time. And
he made Girl Dad famous.
Yeah, famous, you know what I'm saying? And it just like you said, you know, we didn't see Kobe personality in those 20 years with the Lakers, you know, because like that wasn't him. You know, but after those 20 years, man, you got to see the real greatness of Kobe Bryant, the reason why people were so captivated by him, for sure.
Yeah. We got a few more topics we're gonna try to get out here. We're trying to get out in 4 minutes, but because we've been about an hour and 26 minutes. Anthony Edwards, Rookie of the Year. Like I said, me and Trey can talk all day. We were talking 40 minutes before it started.
Yeah, we did. We was catching up before we started catching up.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, man. But Anthony Edwards, Rookie of the Year. Who gets MVP? Those two questions. I love Anthony Edwards, by the way. Can we?
Oh yeah.
I want to give him a shout out. His personality is gold.
Yeah, we love it, man. He's like the quintessential like young NBA player.
Yeah,
like
the one with the personality, the jokes. He feel real, like an authentic person. He saw the Cardi B picture. not for her face though, but I'm like, he's so genuine, bro.
Yeah, that's why we love him, man. He's genuine. And it's like he act like people we know. Like everybody know Anthony Edwards, man. Like we hang out with him all the time. So it's hard to see that, you know, when people like get to the league and you know people get famous and stuff, but for him like chill like that, yeah. And he's a hell of a basketball player. He's the Rookie of the Year, Rookie of the Year, animal for real. By MVP, man, I'm gonna give it to the Joker, man. I'm gonna give it to the Joker. For them to stay afloat, and you know, I like his numbers. I like Denver. You know, Chris Paul. It's hard, man. It's hard not giving it to Chris Paul. You know, so I would have to say, yeah, it's hard not giving it to Chris Paul, but I don't know what you think about that. I'm kind of torn on the MVP.
I want Chris Paul to get it, but I don't think he is. Embiid, if he didn't miss so many games, would have got it because they're 1 seed and he played like a most dominant player in the league when he was playing. Like that man, like if I want to score 40, I score 40. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. But Joker, but the one thing Joker did that no other player, even when LeBron was hot, he got hurt. Joker was always there. Always big stats, consistently there. That's what him and Chris Paul did. Joker gonna be probably Joker's stats are way better than Chris Paul's because he the man on his team. You know, Jamal Murray left, but Jamal Murray even opened the door for Michael Porter to shine. And he's shining right now.
He is shining, man. Son, I know Denver mad about that, man. They did not want to have to pay him as much they gotta have to pay him. Because he was the third option, so he was gonna come in the meeting. He was gonna come into the extension talk with like 14 points a game, 17 points a game. He's coming in at 21, 22. So it's like, man, those numbers gonna be crazy. But the thing that impressed me with the Joker was he elevated his play when Murray went down.
Yeah.
He had to do some more scoring. He had to be more so of a leader. He is the leader of the team, but without Murray, he had to more so do it on his own, and he did it. I think that kind of bumped him up there. But I just don't understand why Chris Paul wouldn't be the MVP.
Bro, you know how it is. They ain't put him in the MVP. They ain't put him at the top the whole season. You know how the NBA is, man. They do that. I don't understand why he wouldn't either. They the 2 seed. They're a team that never made the playoffs before. Well, not
a long time, man.
Not a long time. Not since the Steve Nash day.
Yeah.
But
I don't know about that.
Stats, stats people too. They love stats.
Yeah, man.
I hate stats. I tell people I love Ben Simmons on the 76 because it's impact. You just know he's gonna affect the game. And like I gave you the stat about his defensive stat, and I gave you the stat about his assist on 3.
Mm-hmm.
You'll look at somebody else scoring 22 and like, yo, why come we can't have that? I'm like, bro, this team winning. That was Chris Paul been his whole career. He ain't had the biggest stats, but every team he go to gets way better than they were the year before.
Yeah, they are. Man, because Phoenix is way better, man. Like, I mean, obviously, right?
Second seed in the West.
Yeah, second seed in the West. And what impressed me a lot about Chris Paul this year is his ability to stay on the floor. Because that was his question mark, was the injuries.
Yeah.
But I mean, he on the floor, he present with his team. The boys hooping. I don't see why he shouldn't be MVP. But like you said, man, people love the stats. Joker definitely got the stats.
He got the stats.
Both of the Laker boys was hurt, so they got the MVP convo. Steph Curry, the 8 seed, he got the MVP convo. So is Westbrook. Because these are some guys who were MVP caliber. You know what I'm saying? But because of their team success, they won't be the MVP. So, I don't know. The MVP is kind of a weird award. It's starting to get a little weird. Like Giannis winning it those 2 years. Bron not getting it last year specifically.
Yeah.
And now, the Joker getting it. He just 5th seed. And we consider the Joker maybe the best big or top 3 big in the league, but we don't consider him the best player, not by a long stretch.
Yeah. I don't consider him. I don't think he the best. I think Embiid better than some other players, but at the same time, he does consistently, and people love that, bro. People love being consistent. They love the stats, so I think he gonna get it. And the final thing, Aaron Rodgers, you think he'll get? Well, let's talk a little football. Aaron Rodgers, you think he'll get paid? I heard the rumor is they offering him a big contract to make him happy.
Man, yeah, I mean, yeah, they gonna pay him. They gonna pay him. They gotta pay him. They gotta, like you said, they gotta pay him to keep him happy, man. Because him wanting Packer fans trying to make it seem like those were rumors, but rumors have to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
When it comes to as far as the NFL, they have to come from somewhere, and I feel like those rumors were true, man. Like he did want to trade, at the time, but all superstars do that.
Yeah, they
and that was just
Tom Brady did it. Yeah. I don't know why Terry Bradshaw got me. Like Tom Brady told Robert Kraft told him don't even tell Bill Belichick either Garoppolo or me, and Robert Kraft traded him the next day without Belichick even knowing. That's why from the reports Belichick said, "Hey, I'm finna leave." So
yeah. Yeah, so man, because the Packers had a chance to improve their offense with that Jordan Love pick, and they did. So yeah, they offered him a big contract. Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers should take it. I think he will take it, and I think that'll be that. It'll be that. I mean, I don't because the Packers not gonna trade him.
Unless he literally say he going to Jeopardy, and then they have to do something. I don't know if it's gonna get that point.
Yeah, exactly. The Packers not gonna trade him, man. So they got rid of Brett Favre for him.
Yeah.
So
Unless they think Jordan Love that dude, they said he meant him Mahomes. So unless they really believe it, I want to prove it. You really have
man.
Make that bet then. He meant him Mahomes.
Yeah.
If he is meant him Mahomes,
because Aaron Rodgers still got plenty in the tank. He got some game left. Like those 2 NFC Championship appearances went no fluke. So he not a Drew Brees. So I think he gonna take it, man. You think he gonna take it? Or you think they gonna make a trade?
It depends on how mad he really is, man. If he really upset, because he did do a lot of gesturing, like, yo, I want this Jeopardy job and I want this $15 million a year. So
yeah.
But I think he used that in negotiation, like, hey, I don't have to be here. I got a $15 million a year gig up the road, and I can stay at home every day.
Yeah, because he was a great host for Jeopardy.
He was.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you from that area down there. How lit was it when Tom brought the Super Bowl?
Oh man, I've been a Bucks fan my whole life, man.
I know.
It felt so good, man. It just felt so good, man, just to be back. It was a long road, man, to losing. It's a long road. And the first one, I remember the first one. The first one was cool, but this one was special. It was special because it was more offense.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, with the first one, it was defense. Derrick Brooks, Warren Sapp, John Lynch, like Rondé Barber, all them boys. Like, it was defense. But with this one, like it was like, yeah, we did it. And for 13 years we didn't make the playoffs. We signed Tom Brady and we win the Super Bowl.
Well, short off season and everything. My God,
with a short off season, everything, all things considered, man, and it was just it's great, man. It's a great feeling because having Jameis Winston as your quarterback is like,
we gonna figure that out this year with the Saints.
Bro, for real, man. I mean, I'm saying, man, like, for lack of a better analogy, man, Winston, like, having Winston as your quarterback is like being on drugs. Like, the highs be so high, bro. You'd be like, oh my God, he is the second coming. He is the GOAT. And then he goes out there and throws 5 interceptions and fumbles the ball. And then you're like, bro, like, this is not it. So just to be able to watch competent football was just great. Even if we didn't win the Super Bowl, even we could have lost. You know what I'm saying? We could have lost to the Packers. I didn't want to lose to the Saints, but we could have lost to the Packers. And that'd have been fine. But just to be able to just play real football and give our team a real chance to win, that more than anything just felt the best.
And I think that goes into Aaron Rodgers' beef because he saw what Tampa did for Tom. Tom like, I want Grunt, okay. I want Antonio Brown, okay. I want Leonard Fournette, okay. Aaron Rodgers is like, I want this scout team slot receiver to play, and y'all like, nope, cut him.
Yeah.
And then you see what they do with Patrick Mahomes and KC. Oh, we had offensive line problems. We're gonna get 8 offensive linemen that can start and have even backups ready just in case you get hurt.
Yep, because that's what they lost in the Super Bowl. Not having backups. Yeah, not having backups.
Trey Smith, a dog from Tennessee. He went to that too. Then they got Thune from New England, one of the best. By the way, that left offensive line only allowed 1 sack. It's gonna be the next with Frank and Thune from the Patriots. 1 sack the whole year.
Yeah. Man, the boy, that was a weakness, and that's a weakness that you wouldn't even notice, like with the Chiefs or with any team really, or more so the Chiefs because they're so powerful. It's like, man, like, where are their weaknesses? Right there, boom, O-line depth. Y'all had 2 O-linemen go down. Y'all had nothing to replace them with.
And I've still never been more impressed with a dude that didn't have a single good stat than I would Patrick Mahomes.
Oh yeah, man. He went out there and gave it everything he had, But I mean, we had a plan.
We
want to go let Tyreek beat us. Yeah, we want to go. The plan was to not let Tyreek beat us deep And every time Kelsey catch the ball, you hit him. You hit him real good. And that was the plan. But without the O-line, though, I mean, it just made everything a lot
easier. Yeah, so I think seeing them do that, Aaron Rodgers probably got upset. Like, yo, y'all went and got Patrick Mahomes everything he wanted. Tom get whoever he want. Y'all don't give me nobody I want.
Yeah.
Y'all draft, bro. The Bears called Andy Dalton and told him, yo, we about to draft Justin Fields, okay? They didn't tell Aaron Rodgers nothing they drafted. I'm like, they called. No.
Yeah, and what makes it worse is that they traded up to draft him. That's the biggest thing. It's like, why are you trading up to draft a quarterback?
Other picks.
You giving up picks to draft this guy, and not only it's not even like you drafting like a Watson or Mahomes. Like Jordan Love, he's straight, he okay. No, he a project.
Yeah. And you could have probably got him second round too, from what I'm hearing. You could
have probably got him second round. That's the thing. You could have got him later. Yeah. Like you would have drafted him in the second round with your pick, not traded anything, and then drafted him. Okay. Okay, cool. He was there in the second round. He a second round talent. Let's go ahead and draft him for security purpose. Like we did with Kyle Trask.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay. We drafted Kyle Trask in the second round. Let's just go ahead and grab him right there, and then that's good. But
if we don't get him, we get Munn from Texas A&M or whoever. But they all project. We expect Tom to be here around 3 more years, so we can work on it.
Yeah, we were, and that's the same way. That's the same way. Green Bay should have been thinking. That's saying, or maybe they are thinking like that. Maybe they are saying, Aaron Rodgers is going to be here 3 more years. And Jordan Love's going to be the guy. But I feel like there's a lot of quarterbacks you could draft between Jordan Love and that time.
Yeah, and at least tell him the plan.
Yeah,
I know you don't owe it. I know you don't owe it to him, but he that valuable. Because I'm telling you, if he decides he ain't coming back, y'all are not going to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, I feel like they owe it to him for that. Because of that reason. They owe it to him.
Yeah.
They owe it to him, man. Y'all know y'all position without Aaron Rodgers, so you owe it to him to let him know what the moves are.
So, and like I said, the Bears called Andy Dalton to say, Andy Dalton, Justin Fields probably should take Andy Dalton's spot this year by the end of the year. So, and they still call Andy Dalton to tell him out of respect.
Yeah. Now, I'm a big, I don't believe in full transparency in the front office, but I do believe you should be transparent with your superstar.
Yeah.
Like the Lakers and LeBron, Portland and Dame, Tom Brady with Tampa Bay, the list goes on. Whoever your superstar is, be transparent with them.
Yeah.
So when you're not transparent with Aaron Rodgers, like, what's going on?
Yeah. And to Terry Bradshaw point that back in his day, you the reason he can do this, Terry. I want you to understand that you're the reason he can do it. Because Aaron said he can do other things if he's unhappy. I can go out there and make $10 million doing something else. You set this up for him to call him stupid because when I played, I didn't worry about nobody behind my spot. And then they cut me when they felt like it. That's not the NFL today. In 84, they didn't care who you were.
Yeah.
We'll run the ball every play. Shut up.
Yeah, for real. For real, man. All that back in my day stuff, man, that's so over, man. The world, everything is too different for that back in the day stuff Terry talking about, man.
Yeah, people got other options, value. Back in the day, football players used to bag groceries, dog. Now they in movies, they cool.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Yeah, they make. It's all the same. Y'all used to make maybe $100K if you was really good. Now now the scrubs the practice squad players make $100K.
Yeah.
It's a different world now. People don't have to. If you valuable, you can use your value as interest. That's my thing. This whole few things from the Joe Budden stuff to everything else. I don't know if you watch Joe Budden. What situation been going on?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it's about value, and that's my problem with Rory and Maul. They didn't create their own value to say, "Hey, we don't need you, So now they like, why we ain't making money? And then it was, I think, I got a problem with Joe too, because Joe. But at the same time, we don't really know nobody know their contracts. Nobody know their situation. We just all speculating and hearsay on what they tell us. And we're like, oh, that sounds right. We don't know. But at the same time, if they created value for themselves, you can't argue with me that I'm important. I pull in just as much as you do. And that's the NFL. Aaron Rodgers just proved he got value with Jeopardy. I got the upper hand now.
Yeah. But they don't want that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to know that. They don't even want you to know that. But yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah. For sure.
And I'm gonna have a little video up there next week on my Zelmay channel that I said the same thing. Remember to like and subscribe. Hit that on the YouTube. If you are on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, whatever other audio platform you want. We'll be on SoundCloud next month. Hit that follow button. Follow us. Like I said, links to our X will be in the description below. Follow my boy Trail TA_850. Argue with him your sports points or whatever.
Yeah. For sure. Hit me up.
Yeah, man. Hit him up. Trail, any last word before we get off?
Man, I appreciate you, big dog, man. It's always a pleasure to talk with you, man, and catch up with you. We gotta do it again soon, man.
We do.
Really do.
We do, man. Gotta get you on there with Wes, and we have a What's New 99 and Cole, and have a What's New 99 old story time.
Yeah, story time. Yeah, baby. Tell everybody how we sold out the gym, man, with the intramural tickets.
That is still wild, bro. We could have charged and people would have paid. Bro, people would have really paid to watch that game.
We would have paid, man. We had the whole Coliseum packed that night, man. We had about 200 in there watching the intramural game, going crazy. Man, it's wild, man. Good times, man. But it's always, man.
That's wild. It's wild that you could actually get people to pay for intramural, and they would have paid, dog. People were so hyped, bro. I went in the calf. We're gonna tell this story. I went in the calf the day we played y'all. Me and West. And a whole bunch of people, white people, black people, everybody like, oh, that game that y'all got tonight. I'm like, what? What? I'm like,
yeah.
And the first,
it was on, man.
In that first game, some dude told him something that he was talking to Onion, to West. He credit player for y'all know who West is. He said Onion said he gonna lock you up. Dude could have been completely lying. He could have been. West got so mad he didn't go to class. He just sat in our room in the dark, dog. He came out, and you remember that game? That boy went off.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't know that random dude, bro. Said Onion said he gonna lock you up tonight. West said, what?
Yeah.
He went in a dark room the whole night. Like, is West good? He's sick. Coach said, leave him alone, man.
Yeah. No, he probably said it. He probably said it, though. You know what I'm saying? That ain't too far from the truth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that probably ain't too far from the truth. I don't know if he said it, but if I had to guess, yeah, he probably said that.
You know, man, Dominique ain't gonna do nothing on me. Oh,
yeah, man. Y'all got it, man. Yeah, y'all got it. Y'all scrapping.
He in Houston too, man. We gonna try to connect with him when we go out there. I think he in Houston. He in Texas, right?
Yeah, he in Texas.
I don't know if he in Houston or not. I forgot where he is.
One of them places. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to connect with him and Skip. You know, Skip and a lot of people in Texas when we go out there. So it's gonna be a good time in the content house. Trev, hopefully he come by when he in Texas. I think you in Texas now, right?
Yeah, I'm in Texas right now, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll be out here in Texas, man. We definitely go link, man. We gonna do this more often, man. Like I said, it's always good to holler at you.
Yeah, man. This has been fun, man. We've been killing it. I got another one to film, so y'all will see the one that's coming out Monday. I mean, this is coming out Monday. The next one will come out Wednesday. We do Keep It 99 on Tuesday, where we talk about anime and stuff. And remember to keep stomping. Why? Today of all days, you never know when that blessing is going to come. Something amazing can happen. Hey.
Amen. Peace.